Bob's a historian, so he talks a lot. And he's a preserver and conserver of stories. So when I sit with him and have coffee, I'm often hearing about Waterloo history. I'm hearing about his classes that he's teaching and the work and the exhibits he's working on at the Grout. He's taught for 54 years at different universities in the state of Iowa. He's worked at museums. He has written books. He has told films. He's conserved and preserved and talked to over 2,000 people about their stories, whether it be farm stories or military stories. And that is something that's really amazing about his profession and who he is as a person.
The history goes back to my grandfather telling stories. And for me, history has been less the academic side of it, doing the research and writing, although I've done research across the country at the National Archives. Telling the story is doing it. He would take me down to the co-op downtown, the elevator, and I would listen to the stories. I just like the interpersonal relationships.
When folks talk to Bob, a little bit more of the true, real story starts to come out. After a couple hours of interviews, that officialese, that bravado sort of goes away, and we start talking about these 18-year-old, 19-year-old kids who are seeing things, seeing the world for the first time, the experiences they have.
It's therapeutic to kind of get your story out there and for people to appreciate your story. It's something that you can document, because we're not going to be around forever. It's helpful. The mindset is helpful for all of us.
We don't have a lot of records of oral history, of stories, personal stories on videotape. We started doing veterans because we have the Sullivan brothers here, but the bottom line is that we decided that veterans, farm stories, all those things were part of what we think enhances the story that we tell. So what we have here are the Voices of Iowa farm stories, and we can find them by name, whether it's a Wendell Apkiss or whether it is Wilbur Anderson, who lost a 100-year-old barn.
It had the cupola, everything off the roof, and it was a nice looking barn.
It's a learning experience just to see something from dairy to hogs or recycled Christmas toys, or it's something to say, oh, I know that guy, or that's my grandfather, my grandmother.
I know what he's done to preserve and tell the story of Iowa and the history of Iowa, and I just felt like that deserved a nomination and an award.
Nobody's more dependable than Bob. He works hard, he's reliable. If he can, he comes in and helps when you need him, and he's been sort of irreplaceable for us over the years. I can't think of anybody more deserving than Bob to have a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's done so much. He's been good friends to us and to the museums and to the public history community here in Iowa.